What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Hugo Core Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Hugo. This is my co-host,
It's your boy Flu.
and welcome to another episode. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate it every day. You know, we always start off with the thank yous to you guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the podcast in many ways you can, and let your friends know if they like anime. Let them know. You know, hey, we exist out here. So, without further ado, I felt like, first of all, I just got back from vacation, so hopefully you guys liked the last episode. I really dig into that too much. But I got back from vacation, and then I got sick, and then, yeah, so here we are. So I wanted to make sure I was, like, through the most of it before I brought my co-host over, because I didn't want to get sick, even though apparently he's an immortal who doesn't get sick.
You know how it works.
I do.
You know how it works.
I do, but I just want to make sure my buddy's good before I let him over. So
You think this shit gonna hurt me?
you know, shit's sweet till it isn't.
Hey, I've been through too much to deal with that shit.
That's true, bro.
That shit ain't gonna do nothing.
You know, that would be funny though, because out of everything that you survived, a fucking common cold,
taken down by a cough.
Taken down by a cough. Man, that'd be funny. So, yeah. So, man, I just kind of wanted to. We're gonna do some real podcast shit here today, and we're gonna talk about this list that we found. Well, that I found, while online, right? So I was online.
You read a lot of stuff online.
I do read a lot of stuff online, and I try to stay in the know as much as possible, because you know, it's better to know than to not know. So, with that being said, I saw this article, and I'm not gonna say who it's from because I don't want to give anybody any fucking credit because it's awful. But
Yes. Yes.
But they basically gave the top 15 best isekais that are worth watching.
Obviously, it's an opinion. So, we have opinions. This is just their opinion.
It definitely ain't a fucking fact. I'll tell you that right now.
But it's an interesting opinion.
It definitely ain't a fact, Flu. You right about that.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't a fact. So these guys have, so it's 15, right, guys? It's 15. So there's 15. So here we go. They have How Not to Summon a Demon Lord as 15. Look, I stopped watching this anime after 2 seasons, and I heard they got a 3rd season.
There's only 2 seasons out right now. I don't think the 3rd season's out already. Is it?
I don't know.
It might be.
It might be. I don't know.
At this point, it might be.
I watched 2 seasons of it, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it, chief. Basically, as far as isekais go, like, my man Flu is not into, like, ecchi shit at all, as you guys know, right? That's a no-go for my man.
Yeah, go watch porn, you fuck.
There is comedy. There is comedy in it, but I don't even think it should be on the list, because the comedy is all towards him. Like, oh my god, these girls like me. Like, I keep some, you know, it's fucking retarded. They think he's stronger than he is, and it's one of those isekais. 15, I don't even think it should be on the list. I think that there's other things that could probably be in the top 15 on this list that I don't see. Like Merlin's grandson. That's not on this fucking list.
That should probably be top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
That's probably a top 10 if we're being honest.
What? Banished from the Hero Party's not on this list either? Anyways.
There's a lot not on this list, but there's a lot on this list, and that's kind of the issue. Yeah. Let's be honest. That's part of the issue. It's not about what's not on the list. It's about what is on the list. Okay?
100%.
And, I mean, so they explain, like, their reasoning, or what the story is and their reasoning for all of these.
Yeah.
There is no reasoning.
I don't
There
think
is no
so.
reasoning.
I wish that we could write articles like this, and people would...
I would never.
And people would read them, because...
I'd rather do something productive with my life than sit and write shitty articles. Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So, this is why I'm
with you. I'm with you. I was baffled by this.
It's a classic isekai. It's a classic isekai premise with an overpowered protagonist. That makes it repetitive.
Indeed.
That makes it repetitive of other top isekais.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it a top isekai.
Yeah.
Especially if the story's not well written on top of that. It's like, what are we talking about though? And
I'm
this
with
is
you.
a constant thing that, not just in, I would say in this story, but like,
I'd say, like I would say that it's a decent isekai, but it doesn't belong in a top 15 list.
I would agree. It's not bad, but
It's
it's
not
not.
bad. It's just not on a top 15 list.
Again, I don't
Um,
watch ecchis though, so
that's true.
I
And
only know it from a
so
couple
14
clips here and there.
on 14 on this list, they have Ascendancy of a Bookworm. Okay, so basically, Ascendancy of a Bookworm is a pretty decent anime. It's about a chick who gets reincarnated. She loved reading books. She wanted to be a librarian. And then as soon as she wakes up, she falls asleep. She wakes up in an unknown time period era thing, and basically there's like no fucking books. Like it's like her thing.
Yeah, she's a librarian that can't read now.
That she has no
Basically,
fucking books.
yeah.
So it's like creating them, and only people and nobles and stuff actually have books.
Yeah.
Like not like so. That's that isekai. And
That-
I think that it's a good premise. It's actually very good. The animation's very good. I don't know if it belongs on a top 15 list.
If it were on my, I would have it at 15. If anything, it would be at my 15.
To this list?
Yes. At
Yes,
anything,
I
be
would
like
move
at
it down
my
to
15.
yeah. On this list,
I'm
I would move it
not. I'm
to
not
15.
mad about it being on the list, to be honest. But
Yeah.
that's. I mean, you start off with just dog shit.
Yeah.
You automatically lose.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be
yeah.
honest.
It's hard, man. It's hard. And then number 13, man.
Welcome to the demon school.
Yep, Uruma-kun. Now, this is a fantasy comedy. It's got 65 episodes, so it does have a following. It is funny. It is a funny anime isekai. I just don't think...
I would maybe put it at a top 15 comedy. I don't even know if it would make that.
So
But
basic...
I don't. Not for isekais, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's too much out there
Like,
that's just like...
There's a lot of funny fucking isekais out there, bro.
That's true. And when you think about isekai, you don't necessarily think about comedy and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Same with, like, you don't necessarily think... Well, I mean, actually kind of goes with isekai in some cases.
In some cases,
but,
yeah.
I feel like it deserves to be on a different list.
Yeah.
Not an isekai top 15.
Oh, I agree.
Makes sense.
No, for sure.
I don't think it's a bad anime.
I think it'd be good on a comedy list, an isekai comedy list.
Yeah. That's
But not on a top 15.
not on a top 15 isekai list. I don't know.
So another one is so on 12 is The Vision of Escaflowne. So Escaflowne's been around for a long fucking time.
I know nothing zilch about this one.
Escaflowne is an old ass anime that's been around for like ever, and it's basically like a mech anime, where they fight in mechs.
Not a Gundam?
No.
No.
No. I don't. Gundams use like machine guns and laser beams.
So not
and shit
that
like
kind of
that.
mech.
Yeah, it's
Different kind
not.
of
It's
mech.
not. It's not like that. It's not like that.
Like a little robo mech kind of thing.
Yeah, they're giant mechanical
What am I trying to
suits.
equate it to?
They're giant mechanical suits. I mean, yeah, they're like Gundams, but they don't have like they don't use machine guns and shit.
Okay.
So,
More
so yeah,
Pacific Rim
Escaflowne.
type shit.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, like that type of shit.
I get well.
And Escaflowne is dope. The vision of Escaflowne is what they're talking about in 12. I would say that it is. I would say it's okay in a top 15 list, but it's not in number 12, which they currently have it sitting at.
Would you put it lower, like 14, something?
Yeah,
like
I'd put it like 14. Escaflowne as a whole, as an entire franchise of anime, like Escaflowne, I say it's legendary quality. A lot of people know it. A lot of people seen it. It's back in the day.
Okay.
It's a back in the day one. So everybody say Escaflowne, most people know what you're fucking talking about.
that? Yeah.
So I think it deserves its respect in that regard. But I don't think.
My major issue with this pick is going off the fact that I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
I read the article, right? I read
Yes.
their synopsis and what they thought about it.
Yeah.
And then you told me what you thought about it.
Yeah.
You got me more interested in wanting to watch it than they did in 2 paragraphs. In like 15 seconds of talking to you.
Yeah.
And that's,
Well.
I mean, that to me that's a problem.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's just if that's gonna be your job and that's what you're gonna get paid for, be better at it. I feel
like
write a better opinion. Like
I feel like in this
I don't know.
like you said,
that's my issue with this part of the
well,
list.
that's and that's part of of why we started this podcast in the first place was to
not
have
that we're
these
necessarily better equipped to talk about
Right.
shit like this, but
right.
just
Right.
because there's more to say than is being said a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
and in an article you have so many lines, so many words, so many things you can do. With a podcast like us, we give you guys full reviews of the anime, right? We watch the anime and then we give you the play-by-play, we give you the synopsis of what it's about, but we talk to you in a way about the anime that you're like, oh, okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
So, so we do this, but we just don't do it. I don't know. Our lists are just better. I mean, you can call it however you want to.
It's just like
you can call it however you want to call it.
I just get frustrated when they.
Well,
you're
really about to.
Well, yeah, but like when you put, it looks like so little effort's been put into this stuff, and it's just like it seems half-assed. There's no reasoning behind it, really.
Yeah.
And we've gone through 4 things, half of which shouldn't have been on it, 2 of which should be lower on the list.
I agree.
If not even on this list, and on a different list. So like some of them don't even It's just ridiculous to me that we even have to talk about this.
I agree, and it's missing some pretty good ones. I mean,
a lot.
Go. You want to talk about number 11 that they have on the list?
The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yeah,
number 11.
If you've been listening,
obviously,
to this podcast,
literally only because it's popular. There's no other reason. Yeah. I don't think they've even watched it. I'm gonna be honest. If they have, they're just as fucking stupid as the princess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I have nothing to say about this. It shouldn't be.
If they've watched and listened to our podcast and our Shield Hero episodes, if you guys haven't, definitely go check those out. I mean, you'll see kind of how we feel about it.
After even season 1, I don't know if
he would have recommended season. If he would have said in this article, and I agree with you completely, Flu, I do. If they would have in the first episode or in this article, if they would have said, watch season 1. And then, like, okay, I would have been good with that. But they didn't say that at all. They're like, this whole thing's good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're like, oh, season 2 didn't live up to the hype.
So why is it number 11 on your list?
But we're
There's shit that failed nothing. That didn't fail at all.
No, I agree.
And it's not even on the list. Like, I don't believe, even after season 1, I don't think this should have been on the list. Yeah. Sorry, not that great.
I just don't. Shield Hero isn't something I'm going to recommend to anybody to watch because, number one, well, as a top 15 Isekai list, I would not put Shield Hero on it.
You can't be that hyped and let down that much.
Well, that because and you have to kind of be prepared to deal with the problems that happen in that. Like, sexual assault is not something that people are very, you know what I'm saying, with type of thing. So, well, allegations. I'm going to say sexual allegations because it actually didn't happen.
Me too.
But he was allegated, you know. But
hey, at least she didn't shit on his bed.
At least she didn't shit on his bed. That's true. She just shit on his life instead. Okay. Yeah. On 10, they have Log Horizon.
This is also very frustrating.
What the fuck?
This is, like, for both of us, the top 3.
What the fuck?
Like, for you it's 1. For me it's probably...
What the fuck?
For me it's probably 3.
You got Log Horizon at 10, bro? Log Horizon is the most detailed MMO Isekai.
Also the longest Isekai on the list, I'm pretty sure. With only 3 seasons. 62 episodes on Log. Yep, it's the longest anime on this list, which is...
Yep, with the runner-up being
52... Overlord. But
yeah,
even then, it's...
Well, yeah, longest anime on the list.
Is Overlord longer?
No. So, I'm like, why the hell is this at 10? Log Horizon is a godlike anime. We will be doing a review of it on this channel and on this podcast because it is a must-see anime. I'm talking about if you've ever played an MMO, you know the intricacies and the slang of an MMO. Log Horizon uses all of that in the series, and it approaches it in a way of somebody that's like fucking intelligent that gets put into the game. kind of like how Overlord is, but not in the same aspect where it's like it's all super infinite power. It's overpowered because these guys.
It's more controlled, like an adventuring. Yeah, not as much.
Like you're brought in at your level, but there's other shit at your level.
It's an adventuring, not a conquering.
Yeah, it's an adventuring, not a conquering thing, and they have to solve actual problems with players being around, which is what would happen.
Yeah.
In that situation, so that's why Log Horizon is so top tier.
Another thing that makes Log Horizon so good, in my opinion, is it's one of the few. I don't remember if the studio got bought out, but it definitely switched studios. So
yeah,
that's like to be able to keep up.
Yeah, Studio Satellite did the first season, and Studio Dean did 2 and 3. That's on here.
That, like, to be able to literally transition like that and fill in that well, continue the story, the flow, the animation, improve the animation even.
Yeah.
And continue the story and all that, incredible. For it to be number 10 on this list is a disgrace.
I agree, 100%.
Along with half the other shit that we're about to read.
Right. Number 9, the cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. Now look, 12 episodes, by the way.
There's a lot of 12 episodes on this list.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast multiple times, that the whole played out, I'm overpowered, but I have the weakest crest, or whatever the case may be thing. You know, whatever. There's other animes that could fit this role with that same trope. That would be better.
From Commonplace to World's Strongest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would do that better than this, in my opinion. Same amount. Actually,
Arafuda's got more episodes.
More episodes, yeah, exactly.
It's got 3 seasons.
More episodes, better story, in my opinion.
Yeah.
More, honestly, for how dark it is, funnier.
That's a bonus too. It's got the serious aspect.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
This is my point. You put that in number 9, and then you have even to have Ascendance of a Bookworm at 14, and to have that at 9.
Yeah,
it's a completely different anime, but I would still probably rank Bookworm higher.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. And they don't even have. I mean, you got to think of what's not on this list either. I've been killing slime. I killed 300.
And maxed out my level or whatever. Yeah,
I killed 3 million slimes.
Is that
and maxed out my level? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, she died and said she didn't want to. She was a worker chick who only worked. She worked her ass off. She died at her desk.
That's right.
From exhaustion.
That's right.
Because the only thing she did was
work. That's why she's so good at grinding the fucking slime.
So she said. So when she died, they gave her a chance. Like, well, okay, well you didn't get to experience life at all. So
I don't know. Like
she's like, well, I want a life where I don't have to do anything. And they're like, oh, there you go, Isekai. You see what I'm saying? So then we get to 8, and 8 on this list is the Saga of Tanya the Evil. Now, Flu, you ain't seen this one.
Nope, haven't seen this one either.
But I would highly recommend that you go and watch this one. It's 12 episodes in one movie. They have it at 8. I think it's in top 5. Honestly, because especially for you, Flu, because of the type of anime that you like the no bullshit, like you don't like the favored antagonist or main character thing, like
for the most part.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get this episode out for you, even though I'm sick. But this one is really, really good. Animation is godlike.
I like war-themed animes, just chaos in general.
Yeah.
So I feel like this would be up my alley, especially like being kind of World War I style.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I feel like they don't write a good like if you're gonna write a review about it and put it in your top list, and you're gonna have it at number 8 in a top 10, especially.
Yeah.
Have a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Don't just say, "Hey, this is good. I like this. This is what it's about."
Yeah,
why is it good? What makes it good?
Yeah, he didn't say anything like that.
Is it well written? Does it have a good flow?
He didn't say
anything. Is there nice animations? Is there good fight sequences?
Yeah.
Is there a good plot between the main character and villain? Is there well written villains? Are there what's the deal here? What are we doing?
Well,
what's the purpose of the anime? Don't just tell me this synopsis is just.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It
tells me everything that I can see.
Story of a normal salaryman who gets reincarnated as a little girl into another world. Wrong! This guy is a salaryman who also has horrible luck, okay? And then he blames God for his problems. and then he fucking dies, and then he cusses out God and tells him what a piece of shit he is. And because of that, God reincarnates him into the world as a woman, as a little girl, into a World War I themed world with fucking magic and shit inside of that. And his point is, well, I still don't like you, God, because you're a piece of shit, so I'm going to fuck this world up as much as possible. I'm going to defy you as much as possible. So, that is not in here as a synapsis.
So, Joe, when I say... when I get mad when you just send shit in our group chats and stuff to these links, to these, like... Yeah. To these... Yeah. I'm just like, I'm not going to waste my fucking time. Because genuine fucking morons. Yeah. Like, they're getting... I don't even know how much they're getting paid, but I guarantee you they're getting paid for this.
Oh, probably, yeah.
To be fucking wrong. Like,
I was like, okay. Like, when I read this, I was like, bro, what?
If it was just like one or two of them, sure. But if they're wrong about all fucking 15. I haven't even seen all 15, and I know they're wrong about them because they've been wrong about all the ones that I do know about.
Like 7.
Like fucking 7. You're gonna put Overlord at number 7? Now listen.
Guys, Overlord at 7? On a 15 list, you're going to put Overlord at 7? On a 15 list.
Again, if you had any form of reasoning, anything, I'd be a little bit more lenient. But you're just... There's nothing. Like, again, second most episodes on the list.
Yep.
Probably the most cohesive story on the list.
I agree.
Most complete story so far on the list. Maybe not anymore since this end of season 4, but up till that point, it was a pretty complete story. And
yeah, and I'd say it's pretty consistent too. And like you said, it has 52 episodes. It's been going for a while. So if you're gonna recommend something to somebody, recommend something that somebody can enjoy for a period of time, not just 5 minutes.
Just that on my list, that's probably number 1 or 2.
I agree. I think it should be up there. I think I'd probably put Log as 1, and then Overlord is 2 on this list so far. And then we haven't gotten into anything. Oh, Tanya's in top 5, but yeah. So when I saw this as a 7, I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they have it at a 7, but they definitely need to rewatch this anime a little bit because. On 6, they have the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into another world as aristocrat. Now, me and you has covered this anime already on the podcast.
Oh boy, Lou
de Tol.
Like,
yeah.
This is probably number 4 on my list. If we're being honest.
Yeah, I think it's a top 5.
It's okay. I'm okay with it being 6. That's cool.
It's a top 5 for an Isekai.
But again, still giving no reasoning, anything like that.
Yeah.
Terrible synopsis, all this other shit. Doesn't even, like, they get the genres wrong for half of these things. I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking, compared to all these other Isekais that they have on this list, I think that, World's Finest Assassin is really, really good. Yeah, for a 12-episode anime.
Yeah, for one season, it's really fucking good.
It's really good. And nothing was rushed, nothing was skipped. It was very good.
The ending was impactful.
And very...
See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Oh. That's like one of my favorite endings for a first season, I think. It's one because it just like it immediately sent me like the what was it, like Spear of God or whatever the heck from Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I love that campaign. I know a lot of people hate on that game.
Ghost was sick.
I used to like that campaign a lot.
I liked Ghost.
But I don't know. It was
Honey
just
Badger was an animal.
Hey, if you're gonna drop a titanium rod from space. Hey, make sure he's in one spot because that shit's coming down in one spot.
Godlike. Yeah. So I think it should be much higher on the list, but I am glad that it is on this list. So I'm not gonna give him too much shit because not a lot of people give this anime credit.
I would agree with that.
Not a lot of people give this anime credit, and it deserves credit. No Game, No Life. This anime is an OG. This is an OG Isekai. This is probably. And I wouldn't call this an Isekai because they didn't die. This is more of a transported to another world.
But situation. So here. Is technically Overlord. So.
Yeah. So yeah.
I guess that kind of falls under.
I guess it does.
The Isekai category.
But basically, No Game No Life is an OG one. I don't think it's in. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it.
Shield Hero is also transported to another world.
Yes, it is also transported.
I guess that counts. I guess.
No Game No Life is good. I don't know if it's top 5. I think it's top 10, but I don't think it's top 5. But
if you're gonna,
that's all I'm gonna say about that. Honestly,
good story, but chess.
Basically.
In a top 5.
Yeah.
My man's dropping titanium rods from space, and he's behind a chess match. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
It's not, like I said, not poorly written, but in terms of entertainment value, you're going to put that at number 5?
Over Lou?
Over Lou? No. Over Overlord?
No.
Over Log Horizon?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the fucking point here.
What? Okay, number 4, they have Konosuba's Blessing on This Wonderful World. Bro, nobody on this fucking planet loves Konosuba more than me and fucking Seo. I'll say that.
Hey, Seo's a bitch, but true.
Yes.
But that's true. Yeah.
Shout out to Seo, bro, our homie Seo. But
fucking bitch. Anyways.
Hey, that's what. Hey, you know how it is. It's a bro. It's a bro thing. We've been friends for over 10 years.
It's all right. He knows he's a bitch.
He knows.
It is what it is.
So nobody likes Konosuba more than me and Seo, man. And we've watched all of it. We went and watched the movies. We've watched the series probably 6 times over. And as far as an Isekai comedy, this is probably peak Isekai comedy.
It's really fucking funny. It is really funny.
It's peak Isekai comedy. I haven't found very many Isekais funnier than this, than Konosuba, bro. It's peak. It's peak comedy. So, I would say it is not a top. It's in number 4 spot right now. I don't think it's in top 5, but I will say it's in top 10.
I can agree with that.
Number 3. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. Okay, I'm biased. Obviously. Big fan. I love it. I got figures. You guys seen the figures on the table. I am biased.
Well, that's jobless.
But not this one. This one's jobless reincarnation. Yeah. But you have seen the slime figures on the table before. But I will say it is a... Is it a top 5?
Isekai? I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Isekai, it's a top 5. I'll give it a top 5 for Isekai. No.
Here we go.
Well, hold on, man, because top 5 would be Log Horizon, Overlord, Merlin's Grandchild, Jobless...
Which isn't even on the fucking list.
Which isn't even on the fucking list. Merlin's Grandchild, Jobless Reincarnation, World's Finest Assassin. That's top 5. So I'd say Slime is 6. And I like, and I really like Slime.
7 Konosuba, or would you do 7 as? I don't know.
No, I'm saying where Slime sits.
Oh, fair
Slime has to sit at Slime has to sit at 7, bro, because Slime is not better than Jobless. Slime is not better than Log Horizon.
But again, if you're like, we're in the top 3 now, still ain't saying shit. Like,
yeah, Slime's not better than. I mean, it might be better than Merlin. I don't know. I feel like I could be persuaded, but for now I'm gonna say it's not.
It depends on what kind of story you like more, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for this instance, I'm gonna say I could be persuaded, but I'm not gonna say that.
Because both are written really well. Both are like, it's all very similar. It's just different styles.
Yes, I agree.
Different styles, different stories. So I agree. I don't know.
And Slime has some they don't have Spider on here either. I was reincarnated as a spider.
I'm never gonna watch that.
I know.
You know how I feel about
I know.
That. But I've heard only good things from you.
Yeah, from me. I was against it at first, because I don't fuck with spiders either. But I went and watched it, and I actually ended up liking it a lot. So I think that, that's hard. So I'm gonna put it at. I don't think it's number 3, but I mean that's fine.
I mean, it's definitely top 10 either way.
It's top 10, 100%.
It's really good.
Easily
top 10. It's just, again, say something about the anime.
Yeah.
Don't say what you can read from just looking up the anime.
Yeah, don't copy and paste what from Wikipedia, which is clearly
what it is.
Which is clearly what the synopsis of all these that they have in this article is all just Wikipedia, like copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we're not going to say who wrote this article, but we will say that it is written poorly.
But it wouldn't matter who wrote it because they're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So number 2, they have Jobless Reincarnation. I can't argue with that. Actually, I can't argue with that because the number one on this list is not even close.
It's so bad.
Shouldn't even be on this fucking list at all. Which you can tell that the person who put this as number 2 clearly has a thing for number 1.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense as to why the rest of the list is the way it is a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I apologize for the coughing too, by the way, guys. Sorry about that.
But it's just okay.
Okay, so yeah, we just talked about Jobless actually, so it's actually kind of funny. So number 1 they have on their list, man, and I can't, I'm gonna transform into Flu here, for a couple of minutes. So
I don't play this shit.
So kind of stand by.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have to watch my language.
So kind of stand by because I'm gonna transform into Flu here for a minute. But ReZero is a garbage ass fucking anime, and I'm gonna tell you why.
As he listed number fucking 1.
As an Isekai, he is listed as number 1. Look, number 1, I'm not into horror, so I guess that could be a part of the thing for me. I'm also not into simps, which is what this entire Isekai is based off of. Is a man basically dying. A man died
over and over
again to basically try to save this chick. I mean, I don't know what type of sick fantasy that is, but that is not a fantasy that I want to live in, where I have to keep dying over and over again to get the chance that maybe this chick will like me. Maybe this chick will like me.
Bitch boy there.
I'm gonna fall off a fucking cliff and die. I'm gonna throw myself into spikes. I'm gonna get beheaded. I'm gonna get torn to pieces. I'm gonna get eaten by rats. So, I know what you're thinking, Joe. How do you know all those things happen? Because I fucking watched it. That's how I know.
Because you have to watch it to see what.
I can't say it's bad if I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's unbelievable. Like,
it's bad. Like,
every time you don't think they're gonna fuck it up more,
it just gets worse.
He jumps into a bunch of spikes. Yeah,
it just gets worse. He's literally killing himself over and over again for this girl and going through horrible
all the fucking time.
Yeah, Amelia is one of the worst created female characters that I've ever seen in any anime of all time.
Tower of God, that bitch is pretty close though. But what's her name? Rachel? No.
If I had a list of anime bitches I'd punch in the face, Amelia.
We doing the top 100?
Would definitely be on that list. But look, I would never, not even to my worst enemy,
recommend this.
recommend that they watch ReZero as a number 1 Isekai to watch. I would never.
Like, I can't.
I would never. Your goal is to get people hooked on it, right? To get hooked on anime. You never feel bad for anybody ever, because their decisions are so fucking stupid. You're just like, why are you doing that? You know what? Why? Just why? And he's like, well, she fucking wants me to. Well,
I kind of have, man. It's what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
And then she's in the corner like, I really need you to fucking die. And he's like, I guess I better go jump off this cliff. And then he does, and you're like, well, okay.
And his fascination with her in the anime in itself is literally just off of a whim.
It's insane to me. No reason.
Yeah, it's insane to me. No, don't get me wrong. There are other very cool characters in this anime.
Very true.
But it's ruined
by the main character.
Ruined and overshadowed
the main plot
by the main character and this useless chick, bro, Amelia. And you guys can give me all the shit you want. I don't give a fuck, bro. This anime is bad. This anime is dog shit. I've watched all 50 episodes and both OVAs before you try to come to me and say anything. And this shit is fucking trash dookie cheeks. Garbaggio. Trashimoto-kun. It is bad, dude.
Make my boy whip out the trash dookie.
It's bad.
Damn.
I hate this. And it should not be number 1. I would never recommend ReZero to somebody to watch even as a horror anime, somebody's into horror, I'd had to tell them to watch the one with the cockroaches eating people over that one, or the guy that can shoot people without having a gun.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking horror anime out there, especially right now. That's
you know what I mean?
Infinitely better than ReZero.
I'm just saying,
infinitely better,
especially as an isekai. I mean, what's that other one? Paranoia Agent. You want to watch a fucking horror? Come on, bro. This is not the number one isekai that are worth watching.
I don't like horror. I don't do well with horror.
Awful.
I had no issues with this, and it's just like I don't feel bad. Maybe I'm just not a sympathetic guy, but it's hard to make me feel bad for characters that are fucking stupid.
And and for me, for this, honestly, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just kept watching because I was like, this has to get better, right? Like, you ever seen that person?
That's why I watch Shield Hero.
You ever seen that person in life, man, where you know that they're just, you're like, there's no way they're just gonna smoke meth forever. You know what I mean?
No, not forever. Only till they die.
Yeah, well, and you're like, it's got to get better, right? Like this, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to get better.
Hey, for some it does, but it ain't for them.
And it ain't for this.
And it ain't for this. But sometimes you can just tell when it ain't.
Yeah, I mean, it's
frustrating.
It's awful.
Frustrating.
So to end this, I just want to say a couple of things. Whenever you create a list for people,
if you're gonna post it
and you want to review something for people, there's some major things that you have to make sure that you understand when creating this list. Okay, let me take a sip real quick before I don't choke the whole time.
I feel like they're supposed to be. I mean, this is their job, right?
Clearly, somebody's job. Yeah,
it's their job, and they're writing 2 paragraphs, 2.5 paragraphs of a synopsis for each one.
Yeah.
Never giving a reason why you should watch it. Never giving anything. If I didn't do my job, not bad things would happen, and then I would be fired. They don't do their job, it seems like, ever, based on what they're writing. They're still employed, and I'm sure they probably get paid more than I do.
Probably.
So How do people get to write lists like this and get away with it? I just don't understand.
Here's where I'm at. This is what I was going to say. So, if you're going to create a list, the moral of this podcast story, I guess you could say, for today's episode, is if you're going to create a list or you're going to bring your friends into anime or try to bring new people into anime, you need to, 1, understand your audience, okay? 2, give things that are known to hook people, known to be good, not just by your stupid fucking opinion, but literally by the masses that's known to be good. One Punch Man, Naruto, shit like that.
To be fair, we're just giving our opinions too, but this ain't our job.
Yeah, well,
we just like to talk about anime.
Well, right. So I'm just like, but I'm saying, if you're gonna do that though, you need to be able to present that to people, because it only takes one bad anime to make somebody never watch anime.
You recommend ReZero as a first isekai for people to watch? They're never gonna fucking watch another. They're not gonna watch anything else.
No.
They're not gonna watch anything again.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this is, why would I watch this? This is an isekai? Really? Why?
Yeah. This is isekai. Oh, this is isekai. This is anime. Well, I'm not watching.
When you recommend shitty shows,
it can really turn people off.
That, and then you give bad publicity to shows that'll then produce more bad content. You're taking away good content from good shows that aren't getting viewership that you could be recommending.
You see?
It's a cycle. What's Rob Schneider from Chuck and Larry? It's a circle. It's a circle.
It's a circle. Yeah, you see?
It's just so...
Yeah, it's and we get it. Anime is subjective.
It is. That's one of the great things about anime. Yeah. But at the same time,
it's subjectively
getting shittier.
There's some new stuff out, and we got to check it out.
Well, we got a new season of Mob Psycho we got to watch.
Mob Psycho to watch.
Chainsaw Man's out right now.
Chainsaw Man's out right now. There's the new Witch Gundam anime.
There's a couple things.
Some good things out this season. This cycle.
But it's
But we got to see.
Then you have shit like Shield Hero that just lets down. You have shit that just builds up all this hype and momentum.
Exactly. So if you create an article like this, guys, if you're writing articles or you're telling your friends, just make sure that everybody has an anime that's close to them that they love the most, and I respect that. And I love World Trigger in and out, and people will tell me that anime is bad. And that's fine. But I'm not gonna, for your first animes to watch, I'm never gonna recommend World Trigger to you.
No,
because you have to be able to understand
exactly
how the anime world operates in order to appreciate World Trigger.
So
I would say Death Note. I would say Naruto. I would say Attack on Titan. I would say known products that are good.
In
for
terms,
people.
Let's give an example. In terms, so like what we would like to see from a list like this that's recommending an isekai.
There you go.
You would want to recommend a show that's like easy to get into, helps you understand the concept of like what the anime is, what it's about, what it's going to be, what an isekai is.
Yeah.
That explains to you the genre a little bit more than fucking re-fucking Zero.
Yeah.
I like. So what would you say would be a really good starter isekai? Like I know Log Horizon would be a top isekai for you,
but I wouldn't say that's a starter.
But I would exactly.
I would say that's only for video gamers, like MMO players. It'd be a good isekai starter anime for MMO. So
somebody coming over from just watching from like nothing, from like Marvel and that shit to starting anime.
Yeah, I would say a good isekai to start off with would probably be let's see.
See, that's a tough question now. But that's what you got to do in these articles now. What they are doing,
I would say World's Finest Assassin, man. It has a mix of everything in it. I would say that, or I'd say Merlin's Grandson.
Merlin's Grandson. Yeah.
It's a 1-season anime. It teaches you the in and outs. It has some comedy in there. Has some good stuff in there too.
Some of the basics. Not overly like anything. No, not too overly sexual. Not over gore. Not over all that other stuff. Exactly. It's more you get to see the animation in its full.
Yep.
And then the world being built around the characters, which is. Yep.
And which is
what anime is.
So. Don't even get me fucking started on Sword Art, guys. Don't give me that shit. I had somebody tell me some shit the other day, man, about I was talking
that
to.
Shit was
yeah, I'm surprised. I'm glad that that's one thing the list had right. It was fucking Sword Art. Look, don't give me that shit, okay? Don't give me that shit. Sword Art was good. Season 1 was good. Gun Gale was good. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So don't give me that shit with Sword Art, bro. It's the same fucking formula every time. Kirito, insert random new chick, insert new harem, insert Kirito, and insert dual wielding to win.
ReZero. It's ReZero with fucking a different concept.
So don't even. Okay.
Re-fucking skin. How about that?
Reskin.
Jesus.
Exactly, for one payment in $19.95.
Small payment of fuck this show.
But yeah, so just be cautious of that, guys, when you guys recommend. Always recommend, ones that can be easily followed or thrown away when they're done with them, and that way that you don't get stuck on stuff.
Like, I love Fire Force. I'm not going to recommend that.
No, I wouldn't recommend Fire Force as a first thing.
It's just
there's. Yeah, it's.
You gotta. Just because it's really good doesn't mean you have to recommend that first or as like. That's true. One of the first ones.
You want them to dip their toes in first and see that everything, because right now, I mean, anime has a bad shadow over it, right? Everybody that watches anime knows, right? If you're an anime fan or you watch anime, the shadow is that all anime is porn or hentai, and that is not true at all. But that's the shadow that you have to stay away from. That you have to stay away from when you recommend it, right? Yeah. Because if you recommend something that's ecchi in it, then I knew it, right? They didn't see One Punch Man obliterate a guy in a fucking you know what I'm saying?
Listen. That's one of the reasons Dr. Stone. That's one of the reasons I love Dr. Stone so much is because like that was one of the animes that really started getting me into all this shit is because I was like, okay, it's not all porn. Cool. All right, I'll start watching it.
Yep. And Attack on Titan.
Well,
that's where it started.
Yeah, Attack on Titan was number 1 for me, but that was also I wouldn't recommend that as number 1 for a lot of people either. It is a good one to introduce you to anime. I will say it worked for me, but like. Easy shit that just introduces you to the concept of character building, world building around like specific concepts, not just this is what it is, this is how the story's going to go. Yeah. It's more of a hey, this is what's happening now. Yep. Try and figure it out.
Exactly. And kind of just find the characters you like, get more involved, make your way, and then you'll be into it, right?
Yeah.
So that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Definitely like, comment, and follow. If you guys agree with what we said, then let us know. If you disagree, then let us know as well. We love to argue with you. And
I just like to argue in general.
And if you like ReZero, don't even leave a fucking comment because I don't want to hear it. But we appreciate you guys for watching. We have more content coming up. Chainsaw Man episodes are coming up too. We've really been watching it and enjoying it for the most part. We do have a lot of fucking questions though. But yeah, more content on the way. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.